Hello, good morning, and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Share on the show this morning. It's my mucker, Albert. Morning, Albert.
Morning, mate. How are you?
I'm fine, mate. How happy-go-lucky is that, Fox, in the morning?
Oh, treat loves it, man. The man loves it.
Right, I believe you've got the team for us. You've moved into the 21st century and the substitutes.
I have it up here in front of me on my screen, mate. I like to say that. It's not a pencil and paper on the screen. So it's Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Desser and Roof.
Subs?
So give me, yep. McCorry, Jack, Lawrence, Cifuentes, Patondo, Sima, Sterling, Balogun and Danilo.
Right. Apart from Ridvan, I think we must need enough of all our players available, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freakish, innit? It's freakish, innit? Really?
It's freakish when you see them all there. You're, oh, good grief. That's actually not a bad team and not a bad bench for a change. That's a nice surprise, isn't it?
I'm surprised at Golson, but he surprises me every week, for the start of the season. So we'll just have to accept that that's him back to playing all the games. The rest of the goalkeeper picks itself. But no surprise that Lundstrom comes in for Jack. Raskin and Cantwell, I think, pick themselves. Dessers is my number 9. So I think the big talking point will be Lammers and Roof starting. Albert.
I think Roof had to start, mate, eventually, because I keep telling you, he'll gain us time to settle this team and get your Soros up to speed as well. He'll just chip away with goals. Lammers has got to come. You've got to give him enough games so he can get into form. I'm quite happy. I like all the players now. So I must admit, I like all the players. And you're wanting them all to come good, hit a bit of form, but he had to go strong today. I was concerned that what was getting said about, we can change this and change that and change it. No, you're saying no. It's a league we want. It's a league we're after. So we need to keep it strong and we need to go for it today. Definitely go for it. So I am happy with the team. Are you?
Well, I'm surprised that Lammers starts. Because he got to start and we've got to give him a chance, and maybe we've been hard on a boy. He's just no went for him. So it's a big game for him. I'm a surprise that Roof starts. I thought he might have come off the bench, but there you go. Apart from that, I thought he would take part all there, but I'm maybe surprised he starts. Maybe it's 50 for him, 55 for him, and then Lawrence comes on, yeah?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you've got two new players, let's be honest.
It's... they're like two new players, aren't they? You're talking about Lawrence and Roof.
Lawrence and Roof,
And you're just... I'm hoping Roof has a great game, and I'm hoping Lawrence comes on and has a great game as well. And that genuinely is two new players. But you're hoping Big Lundstrom goes forward today. I don't want him to sit back. I just don't. He's not the same player. Get him forward. Let him drive us up the park. He's a different player completely. But I don't like him in that holding nonsense or that, dropping into the back four. I know it's tactical, but I don't like him doing it. You can do it with other players, but don't do it with him. Because for all accounts, this Ross County, they play with wide players. That might cause us a problem with it, because we play this narrow stuff. But they're attacking. I've heard they're attacking you more than they're actually sitting in. So it might end up a right good game, this one.
Aye. Attacking teams in Scottish football. Do you think it'll ever take off, Albert?
Nah, I doubt it, mate. It'll get too good and then it'll be like, this is too exciting. No, let's get back to the drab, horrible, wet, windy, freezing cold Wednesday nights up at Dingwall or something. I mean, in Scotland we seem to like that stuff, but no, it's attacking football all the time. It's just got to be now. Be a great league if they would. You need something different. You can't compete with the Premiership for sponsorship if you're playing drab football, mate. It's still going to work. It's just not going to work.
All right. People join us all the time, and I'm under starters orders. Give us the team.
Team is Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Dessert, Roof. Substitutes: McCory, Jack, Lawrence, Cifuentes, Matondo, Sima, Sterling, Balogun, and Danilo.
Oh,
Get his
I
name
don't know
right.
about Ben Davis. Maybe obviously Ben Davis isn't fit, but he was on the bench and during the week, and then he's now back off the bench.
It's a strange one, isn't it? It's a strange one. I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be that bothered if the boy left the club. I really wouldn't. I don't think it brings much to the party now. Nice player at times, nice on the ball at times, but no, he's no powerful enough to be for the position he wants to play. You need to have a bit about yourself to play the centre half positions. You know what I mean? I don't think he's got that. So, I'm not that fussed with him, to be honest with you. I don't know how you feel about him.
I think his big asset is left-sided, but obviously Balogun's played there already, and now Suter's playing there. Mm-hmm. So he could end up being somebody that was first choice centre half in the left side. He's now third choice, mate.
Aye, he's going to. I don't think he's going to leave, because I remember when he came in at first, he said, I found the club that I want to be at, and I've been moving about for a few years on loans, on this, on transfers and all the rest of it, and I'm going to sit down and see.
Mel Sterling said that, mate.
And I'm going to settle down and see this contract out. And I'm sitting myself, oh, that sounds like somebody that's got the carpet slippers on and going to just get a comfy seat. I don't mind them being here. I don't mind them. These players saying that, as long as they produce on the park. I'm quite happy for them to stay, as long as they stay produce.
Yep. Right, we'll get these phone lines opened, yeah?
Aye, absolutely, mate.
Right, well, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
So, I suppose there'll be talking points. I think the talking points of the team will be the forward players, mate, yeah? Roof and Lammers, that'll be the big talking points, huh?
Don't be surprised if this all clicks today with the forward line. It's like that, isn't it? The least, the combination you look at the least is the best combination. I hope that's the case. I hope they just click, because I want the 3 points. I want the 3 points, definitely. So Big Desser's in there leading the line again, so good. Hopefully the boys going to go from strength to strength now. Lammers comes on to a bit of form.
I mind them getting a wee double, even if it's 2 tap-ins, mate, just to
get them up and running.
Aye, does that make sense?
Aye, they all need confidence. No, I mean, everybody needs confidence. So for forwards, it's goals, isn't it? It's no assists, it's goals. I want to score. So a couple of nice wee goals a day for him would get him up and running. And Lammers and Roof.
Aye. Lammers will be a surprise to some people. If I'm honest, maybe a surprise to me that he starts.
On form, aye. I see what you're saying, on form, because he's no on form. But you've got to bring him into the team to see if it's just a reaction to come to a new club. He's just settled in yet. But eventually, it'll even itself out, mate. If he keeps that up, he'll not be in the team. He'll not be in it. I think he knows that. He's smart enough to know that himself. But at the moment, it's all up in the air a wee bit. So they're all just jockeying for position, especially the starting positions. I think they'll all get games, but starting, I don't know. But I think he's going to go for horses for courses this year. But you can't radically change the team. Look what happened with Morton, 8 changes. You can end up coming a cropper doing things like that. You've got to settle the team in somewhere along the line. So this is Lammers. Up until the break, I think Lammers get his chance, but he needs to then start pushing himself for a starting position. And at the moment, he's miles off it.
Well, he starts today, mate. So he's got a starting position.
Aye, but that's what I'm saying. This is just trying to establish themselves at the moment, trying to find out who's settled in. I'll not always going like this all season. Because if it was all settled in and we're going in forms, Lammers wouldn't be in the team today.
I agree. You know, and by the way, it was maybe the picking out few players in the pre-season, so it just shows you can read nothing into that, mate.
Aye, definitely. And he was the pick. He showed some lovely touch. Don't get me wrong, the boy has got something. It's not that he's been completely rotten. He's got touches and he's got vision. You can see it. He's just not consistent yet. He's just no putting it all together and staying in a game. He's drifting in and out wee bits in games and in and out, and it's not good. He needs to grab the game, dominate his position. That's what he needs to do.
Talking about somebody who likes to be dominated, we'll be joined by Andy for Leeds. Morning, Andrew.
Good morning, boys.
Andy, how are you doing, pal?
Not bad at all. Yourself?
I'm good. How's your health?
It's all right. I got that COVID again before I went out there, right enough. But the sun seems to do it. But I don't know they live in that heat over. Jesus Christ.
You must like that COVID you keep getting. Is there
I
a
know.
shop that sells it down there or something?
It's got a thing for me, I think, isn't it?
You walk into the office, there's like a bottle of vodka and a pint of COVID, please.
Hey, listen, I couldn't take a drink or nothing with this one. I wasn't flawed with it right enough. I couldn't speak or anything like that. Some might say that was a good thing right enough, but I started getting right just before I went out, like, and then I think they decided the vodka squared it all up for me. Put me back in the right track, like, you know.
I'm hearing whispers you came back white on your left.
Oh, I definitely did. Aye, there was no sitting around the pool for me. I tell you, I went out for 10 minutes every day, right the time away. They went on the beach a couple of times and they went, you know, straight outside the Bluebell. So that was a good enough excuse for me as well, like, you know. So, but yeah, it was a good holiday. It was a good time spent with the family. We don't tend to do that a lot these days. We're busy and all that back home, so that was good. Enjoyed that.
Good, mate. Good.
But,
what do you think?
Great time in the place. Today I'm quite happy with that. You know, I was getting a wee bit worried he was going to do a mot in there last week and, you know, totally change it right enough. But, you know, this is the main one that we've got to win. I'm quite impressed with what he's put out there. If we can keep Ruth, I think he'll get us the goals. The Dessers guy's a strange one. I'm not sure about him and the other one, the Brazilian. But I think he should be getting the Brazilian a bit of game time because he's missing what I would have thought he would have taken. The chances he's missed, I thought he would have taken them, you know, from what we're led to believe. So I'm a bit concerned about how he's not getting the game time. But Dessers seems to be getting it. Or he's got something, as you say, but
Dessers is my number 9, mate. Dessers is my
I get that right enough, but I still think he's undertook that Brazilian. He's been there long enough now. He should have more game time. I think the guy that got the what's his name? That's the Fentis. That guy. He could be a good player. I like the look of him. If Lawrence comes back, that could give the whole team a boost, couldn't it? You know, Big Suitor's doing really, really well for me. So yeah, there is signs there. We're not progressing as fast as I'd like us to, but you know, when you're changing about the teams that he's doing all the time, I would like him just to get in his mind what he wants and kind of go with it, you know, and get them gelled, and then the rest will come. You know, bringing players in and out, changing straight away.
I don't think modern managers do that, mate. I think he'll not be thinking about Wednesday, day after this he's finished, he sees what he's got. You can't think too far ahead. You can't say, right, this is my living, this is my living. Don't think it happens modern football, but
that's it, mate. It's fast, it's furious at times, especially down south and in Europe. You burn players out quite quickly, no? So you've got to have that squad sitting there. But again, I'm with Andy, you can't just go in and whack hundreds of changes into your team, especially if you're trying to win a league. It's got to be consistency. It's got to get a winning formula. At the moment, it's all about just getting by the games and winning them. I'm not particularly that upset that we're not looking at the finished article. As long as we're winning the games, that's all that matters. Just win the games. And then eventually it will settle down. Eventually you'll start seeing a decent team emerge out of this.
Yeah, massive weekend, you know, the games starting today, then Wednesday, and then Sunday. If we can come through the 3 games, we'll be looking okay, I think, won't we? We're ready to go for the charge, if you get what I mean.
Absolutely, mate. And then you get after that, you've got the international break, so that gives them a rest period and a bit of more work on the training pitch. Aye, it's a big 3 games, but start with the day. It's got to be 3 points a day, mate. Definitely got to be 3 points a day. Nothing short of 3 points. It's got to be. So he needs to drum it into them. Don't come off that part without no winning this game. It's got to win it.
Yeah, you're right there, because you know what's going to happen if we don't take the maximum today. You know, all hell's going to go again, because you know we know what's coming up next Sunday, right enough. But I'm feeling that we'll come out and get a result today. I don't know how big it'll be, but I'd like to see because this mob's going to have a right. You know what they play like? They play like rugby style of tackle you at any height here, this mob. So if we can stand up today and stand up good, that'll stand us in good stead as well. You know, it's another game for the new players. They're going to find out what it is going up there. So, you know, all different types of games are getting early doors. So, you know, let's start adapting and getting it sorted now. That's the way I've looked at it. What's gone in the past is gone. It starts from here now, doesn't it, as far as the league goes, and hopefully we put in a great performance and go forward. That's what I'm looking at now.
Aye, look, you can't look back. You've got to look forward to what's happened. You can't change it, but you can change what happens in the future. That's fair, Albert.
Well, you can prepare for what's going to happen. That's you can do that. But no point looking back to learn, but no dwelling on it and moaning about it and we should have done this and it's gone. It's finished. We're now here where we are. We're up at Ross County in the Highlands. I don't know like the weather is up there. You have to Stevie tell you know. It's because it's quite decent down here. So they're up there.
I have one correspondence, but I don't think they've noticed what the weather's like. That
I can imagine. I'll be lying upside down somewhere. Anyway, probably a pie stall. But anyway, so we're up there and we need to do the business up there. And I'm confident we will. I'm confident we will win today. But I think it's going to be a good game. I've just got that feeling it's going to be a good game. A good game to watch. I know that's no particular what people want to see. They just want to see the Rangers winning, but I think they're playing a bit more attacking football, which bodes well for a good game. I mean, let's be honest about it. You want a good game as well if you can get it. But I just want the 3 points.
And the people that's joined us again, Albert, give us a team.
The team is Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Dessert, Roof. Substitutes McCory, Jack, Lawrence, Cifuentes, Matondo, Seamer, Sterling, Balogun, and Danilo.
Yes, I thought Danilo might have started like yourself, Andy. You know, way Dessers, yeah.
I just think, you know, with a couple of chances that he's had, you know, and what we're led to believe, I just think if he'd a bit more game time about him. I haven't said that. What am I talking about? We've only played. This is only our third league game in it, and the European games and all that. And I know there were the 3 different tournaments, so it's different styles of play. I get all that, but I just if he's as good as what they were raving about him and all that, you want to see the boy get some game time. Don't think it's fair on the boy not getting the game time. He's got to adapt to Scottish football, which many bigger players have been in Scotland, and especially at our club, and not being able to do that. So, you know, holding him back, I don't think's helping him, you know. But, you know, he's a manager and he will pick it as he sees fit. And we just have to go with what he's doing at this moment in time. And hopefully we pick up the results along the way. A good win, you know, I think we could get a really good win with this team. That'd settle them down as well. You know, I mean, we did all right in the Livingston game, first 20 okay, and then obviously we piled on with the pace at the end. So if we could get a nice, you know, 3 or 4 there today, you know what I mean? It would be nice. Don't get me wrong, I'd definitely take a Bridgman today to set up next week's game. But it would be nice for them, and that would settle them all down if we could get a decent win with a style of play about them, you know. But first and foremost, let's come down the road with 3 points, and then we'll take it from there.
You're spot on. That's a priority, Albert.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. The style, the tactics, the how we play means nothing. It's the points. It's winning the game means everything. And you need things pan out in games, during games, blah blah blah. But you just need to find a way to win the games. And so it is. And if you think of all the teams we've seen in the past, it's won leagues. They've done it. You just find a way to win. Never say die. Just keep going and going and going, and you win. You find that way to win. Teams that don't win leagues don't find ways to win. It's as simple as that, mate. There's nothing complicated with football.
All right, we've been joined with William. Afternoon, William. Well, good morning, William.
Good morning, brothers. I say to folks here, I'm sitting here in shock. See Santa Claus is playing up front for us today. We see Mary Santa Claus and we do a come our roof, don't we? My God. I hope the wee man, he produces what we know he can produce. Because it could be a real handful. If he's on his game, it could be a real handful. But I'm absolutely in shock, really, because I feel they'll be such a physical team. You know, he's the last man, if he's a wee bit soft, which we know he is. But then he might get injured in the warm-up, we don't know. He's not there yet, you know. I'm not surprised to see Big Lundstrom back in because we need a bit of physicality in there. They're full of running, they're full of physicality, just like their manager, you know. Well, we're full of physicality, not much in the way of running, but certainly full of physicality. So, quite happy with the team, I've got to say. I hope Lammers goes out and he shows us what we've seen in glimpses. We've seen in glimpses. I hope we can produce the goods. And, plenty of running. I think we'll get some players there that are going to run. You know, obviously, you say Cantwell and Raskin, they could be full of running. And that's what we're going to need because they're a hard-working team. But I think we've got a team there that can do the business. No doubt about that.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Aye, good points. I think. Well, I'm surprised Roof starts. But if the ball was bouncing about in the box, who would you want to strike it? Over.
Oh, definitely Roof, mate. Definitely Roof. Proven. He's a proven penalty box player. Absolutely. And outside, but definitely in the box. But if there's going to be a chance and it drops to somebody in the whole team at the moment, you would want it to be Roof. But again, as William says, he's not in the park yet. So we'll wait to get him in the park. But playing Roof is a smart move, I think, as well. It gives the boy Danilo. We're not wanting to heap too much pressure on the boy. He's already missed a couple of starters, and we don't want to get all come down to him. So I think he's just drawn him back a wee bit to let him settle in a wee bit longer, give him a wee more time to settle. And eventually he'll drip feed him into the team, and then eventually the boy will find his feet. And that boy is going to score you a lot of goals, mate. Honestly, he's going to score a lot of goals. But just don't put it too much on him. Don't waste. What I think he's trying to do is not waste his career right at the beginning. Don't put too much pressure that the boy can't come back for. Just some people can handle it. The big Dessers, he can handle the criticism. He can handle this, that, and the next thing. But there's certain players, and I think Danilo comes out of that type of player. He's all confidence, like Batondo, they're all confident players. They don't take well to criticism and people on their back. They will shrink back into their shells. Good management sees that and plays them accordingly.
I think he's a different player, totally for Dessers, Andy.
Oh, they're totally different in style, aren't they? The thing about this is, I did say, I shoved there right enough. He can be a nuisance to the defence. I'm just not sure about his. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying not to bang anybody out at the moment because it's early doors, right enough. I think if he could have got a couple of goals that he should have scored, he might be a wee bit more settled up. But what a pass there on the other night there in that year. Was it Wednesday or Tuesday? I can't remember what night it was. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday night, was it?
Tuesday.
That was some pass, some vision to think, pull that out right enough. And I thought the boy Matando, which I've been critical of, a lot of years, I think he really took his goal well there right enough. So there is wee signs in there. It's in there, and I think that's what frustrates most years. Some of them players have got something, but they don't produce it on a regular basis, and that's where the frustration lies, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But it looks like Montando's going to stay a bit, and I think he could be a weapon. Mere for coming off the bench at the back end, when we've tired teams out, and then that what we did at Livingston and just destroyed them in the last game. Nobody really does that at Livingston. That last 15, 20 minutes against them, that was impressive when we run them into the ground. So there's a weapon there as well, in my opinion. The Seamer one, well, I'm going to stick it out there right now. What a good goal that was, but that man is he's not a player for me. He'll get a lot of stick him over the season if he doesn't up his game. I'll definitely say that on him. But some goal, wasn't it? I mean, I think most people were shouting for him to come off with the wall where we were before he scored that goal. And I think we all looked at each other like, oh, yeah, there you go, what a goal. Well, that's football for you, isn't it? You can criticise it 1 minute and 5 minutes later it's changed and somebody's done something. Away you go. But it's just the way we are in it, that's all it is, you know. It's, Rangers fans don't care whether we're winning or losing, so we just have to put up with that. It's just the way it is.
Some people in some positions, doesn't matter how they play. If you're a forward player, William, you get a goal. You might not have a great game, but people remember the goal. Huh?
That's it. I mean, you know, we talked about Ali McCoist, you know, the chances he used to miss, but he always got a goal. And you know, talking about different forwards here, you remember talking about McCoist, and he was a goal scorer, and Naismith, goal scorer, but they were two totally different players. Naismith was a wee Scottish Terrier. You know, you get these guys that score goals, but they're different types of players. You know, and I would agree, Desser's different for Roof. I think. I can't remember much about Roof. He's a wee guy, isn't he? Aye, that's him, aye. Well, not in his photographs, so. Aye. But I think it's going to be tight today, but I think our mentality and the players we've got will win it. We'll have enough to win it, but we're going to be pushed, I think. You know, we're going to be pushed. I think a 3-2 for us. That's what I think. At times, I think they'll throw everything forward. They did well against the Puddle Drinkers. They were unlucky. Puddle Drinkers got a penalty. And I heard they were the better team when the Puddle Drinkers got a penalty and scored and kind of changed the game. So we know we're in for a game today. But I think we've got enough to beat them in our mentality. And we've got more skillful players.
Should they, mate? If you want to find out how that game went, Ross County versus Celtic, contact Alex Kelly.
Aye. Alex got a DVD, I think. Aye.
He'll let you know.
Don't worry, you got plenty of stick. You got plenty of stick over there with me. Don't worry. I'll try and get him to sing a tune all night and they wouldn't have it.
What was that one, Andy? Sorry, I missed that.
I said I tried to get him to sing some tunes all night and he wouldn't have it.
You know why? He's got a beautiful voice. He just doesn't know the words of your tune, mate. You can take that anyway you like.
Dear. Honestly though, he's a good team. It was good out there. We had a good time together, right enough, you know what I mean? But, even he was splitting the vodkas because they were that big, like, you know. But Christ, I had to get up a hill to where we were staying. Jesus Christ almighty. I must have gone up at 10 times and come down at 20. He says to me after the Morton game, I thought that game finished at 2:30. How come you come in at 6 o'clock? I said, hell, I had to climb there, doll. She just gave me the look, like, you know. But it was a good time, you know what I mean. Don't worry about him. He's a big Rangers man. But all kidding aside, you know what I mean. He knows the score.
You can't beat being in amongst the Bears. See, down in Manchester, you thought you'd die and go to heaven. Down in Manchester, it's unbelievable. Really, every street you went into, Rangers fans, thousands everywhere. People you knew, you met loads of people you knew. It was amazing. And it was just like heaven. I'd have stayed there forever, I think. Just great. And amongst the Bears. Can't beat it.
I don't think I'll ever stand in a Rangers support of that size for the remainder of my life. I didn't before it. It was... unfortunately, we were in the one where they turned it off. So it kicked off there, obviously. You know, we'd been in there all day. But funny enough, my sister was saying that there's no volume on that, and I can't I'll be on in a minute, and then all of a sudden they couldn't handle it. But we should have known because all the police and that they all disappeared, and you know what happened after it, like enough. But what a day we had! I mean, some of the sights, and we met some of the guys were like one of them, you know, them big tubs that you put your clothes in, full of ice and bottles of beer, and they're trying to drag it along the road. They couldn't even move it, man. You know what I mean? That was brilliant.
I was down with my brother. We arrived at 11:30 in the morning, and there was a big load of Rangers fans marching down the middle of St Peter Street, I think you call it. And they had the cases of the Tenants Lager on the shoulder and singing away, you know, follow, and all the rest of it. Oh my God! I said to my brother, "Have we died and gone to heaven, or what is this? Are we in Manchester? Or are we in heaven?" You know.
It was a bit of a day. Right back in the day. Albert, I don't think they'll score 2 goals. There you go. I don't think they will, William. I'll tell you why. I think Butland, Suter, and Golson gives a triangle in my centre of defence is good enough to repel most Scottish teams, and obviously we've got something different, Albert. We set pieces with a goalie that's going to come for the ball, and he's got a physical a physical presence. All better. Then we'll go down the other boys.
And you might be right, mate. It was a nice treat to see our goalkeeper come out and actually catching a ball for a change. It was nice. It was nice and refreshing. But it just shows you, it takes all the heat out of it, kills the whole situation stone dead when he just catches a ball. Because normally, usually, the centre half can't clear it cleanly. It's bouncing about and ricketing about like a pinball machine in there with us. But aye, that was nice. And you might be right. I don't think Tav and Barisic will get forward as much today because according to everybody, they play with the wingers. So they'll be probably pressed back a bit. But that doesn't matter. That will give me a space for Cantwell and Raskin to get forward. So I'm not that bothered about it. As for Big Seamer, Andy, I didn't know myself that the big man's a centre forward. He's not a winger. He's a centre forward. I was just thinking, you're maybe settled, but he doesn't really know. I think they'll score one goal. Just get a feeling, but I still think we'll win 3-1.
Right, okay. Buckland's grown on me, and he's looking more and more settled. Andy,
yeah, well, he's looking very good. I said to Shugs, I didn't know much about him. I know he played for Stoke and I think he had a wee spell with England, didn't he? But what I was reading, like you say to me a lot of times, you always believe what you read, but I was reading that he had a massive loss of confidence. So I'm thinking to myself, geez, with the defence we've got, we don't want a keeper that's not got confidence, but he certainly looks the part. I liked his speech when he talked about McGregor and Andy Gorham there, and how much he'd seemed to looked into what they'd done for the Rangers and how he wanted to emulate them. Anybody comes in like that and gets it, that gets you going. They want to be there. So that intrigued me straight away, and he has done very well. You feel a wee bit more safer where their balls are coming in on top. He's going to come out and get them, and the defenders slowly seem to be saying, right, he's coming, get out the road and let him do his business. Is it Golson that's playing alongside Suter today, sorry?
Yes.
Right, I see. I know Golson, he was outstanding there on Tuesday.
Give him a team again. We know he's not too bright, but give him a team again.
Butland, Tavernier, Golson, Suter, Barisic, Lundstrom, Raskin, Cantwell, Lammers, Dessert, Roof. Substitutes: right. McCory, Jack, Lawrence, Cifuentes, Matondo, Seamer, Sterling, Balogun, and Danilo. Yeah.
See, I like the balance. I know Golson's going to be in there, and I think Golson did a lot of work for Tavernier, posted missing at the right back there the other night, so he kind of did his job and a bit for Tavernier, where he was outstanding. But I think the balance, I think Suter, had he played in his natural position, I think he would grow even better than what he's growing now, because he's a very, very good defender. We must keep him fit. But, they keep playing together, them two, and Suter stays fit. Suter, I think, savvy enough to adapt to playing it on the left-hand side, so that's a good thing. He's been colossus for me as Suter. I know he's been involved in a couple of the goals, but, a lot of our players, the defence is looking, or the two central defenders there, are looking good in stopping it. But we still have that flaw, don't we, of that 1 30-second drop where we can lose a goal. We could iron that out, and Butland commanding the way it is, that defence could become very strong,
All right, cheers,
and hopefully that's what's going to happen.
That's plenty, Isa. Right.
Okay.
We've got the manager. Let's hear from the manager, Michael Beale.
Michael, we'll start on team news today. Our first start in over a year for Kamar Roof. What does he bring to your side?
He brings goals, energy, power up the pitch, creativeness. He's very clever. Look, Kamar's had a long journey to get to this point. I thought he was back last year when we scored in the semi-final, and then unfortunately he gets a shoulder injury. So Kem has worked ever so hard over the summer to get to this place. He deserves his place in the team. He's been training ever so well, and he's ready to go.
John Lundstrom and Sam Lammers come into the team as well today. Just talk us through your thinking behind those selections.
Well, John will enable us to play, obviously, in front of the two centre-backs. They've got two big forwards. They'll try to play into them. It's important that John supports John Suter and Connor Goldson. At times he can make a back three to help us as well in terms of our angles to pass. Sam comes in and joins in a front three with Kamar and Cyril. And then Nico and Todd will run out on midfield, and the two fullbacks will give us even extra width. So it's an exciting team. It's a team that shows the strength of the squad. It's important they show that in their performance today.
And a word on Ross County, what kind of challenge do you feel they will pose today?
Malky does a good job here. They've already scored 8 goals in the last 3 games. They've also conceded some goals in that as well. So I think they'll come for us. I think they'll play into the strikers. I think when the ball goes wide, they'll look to cross the ball. It's important our 2 centre-halves take control of the 2 centre-forwards, and John gets in front and mops up in front of them. And then we take the game to Ross County at the other end. I think as the game goes on, it'll open up, which gives us the opportunity off the bench to bring people in the bigger spaces. You think people like Abdallah and Tom and Danilo and Rabbi, we've got good variety on the bench again today. The most important thing is we get down the road with 3 points with a strong performance.
You touch on defensively there as well. Is it important for you to have that consistency at the back?
Yeah, listen, eight players played in midweek. They're fresh and they're ready to go. Just the 3 changes in key areas to give us energy. And we know that if we need to go to the bench, those guys are ready to go. It's important there's some consistency. Any good team has consistency through the spine, and we've got that today.
3 points down the road. That's what we're looking for, William.
I think I was going to say, I think, see, we're talking about Suter and Golson. I think a wee bit of Suter is rubbed off in Golson. See, if you look at Suter, he's a wee bit like, he sees a bit of danger and it's like a laser beam, he just heads for it. He's quite over 10, 15 yards. And I think that's what we saw for Golson during the week. Maybe that's rubbed off a Suter onto Golson. Try and read the game a wee bit better and head for the danger a bit earlier. Clear the danger, especially for Golson if he's having to come for Tavernier. Because we know that Tav's no. We put on the team line as a right back. We know he's not a right back. Come on, he doesn't play right back. He's away, he's off. Cheerio, bye. You know, the whistle goes and he's off. Cheerio, see you half time. You know. Butland, excellent goalkeeper. He's a steal. We're so lucky to have him. He's lucky to be at Rangers, like the rest of them, but lucky to have him. I think he's a bit in the mould of Chris Woods. You know, he's worked with top coaches in England and that, just like Chris Woods. But he's got teeth. He's absolutely got teeth like McGregor and Gorham, you know. But I think McGregor, Gorham, natural ability. Butland, he's been coached at the highest level, but he's got teeth. He's not going to take any nonsense. I don't think anyone's going to barge him about a corner kick.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Down the road, 3 points, all there, yeah. The manager knows what's required.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. They're laser focused now. They actually know now. There's no, we didn't understand it, but everybody in that squad, everybody in the background squad, all the coaching staff, the directors, everybody, the support, everybody's laser focused now. 3 points. We want the league.
Aye. Here.
Andy, that's right. 3 points. I mean, we've talked about scores and all that. Ultimately, it's 3 points. Doesn't matter about the score, does it?
No. Look, he's talked a good game there. So obviously, what he's to give to the fans there, what he's just said, he's obviously said to his players. Now, he can only do what he can do. Hope the players take it up on board and take it onto the field. And if he does how he's mapped the game out there, we'll come down the road with 3 points. So come on, let's get it on. Let's go. Let's get going now. Right, we've had a look. We've seen what we've got. We've seen what they're up against, and it's time to wake up and play. And let's get this job done now. We know the importance of all the games that we play in any of the tournaments we're competing in. This is a big one for us all. We must win this week. Gets us straight into the big one. None of this qualifying crap and all that. So the big picture's there in front of us. Let's get it implemented and get on with it. And we'll all be happy if that case happens, won't we, at the end of the season? But we're not at the end of the season. We're about getting 3 points today. So let's get this first wee bit done today.
You can't win the league in August, September, but you can make you can't win the league, but you can make it difficult for yourself.
Oh, you can damage yourself, mate. There's no doubt about that. So it's no over. Nothing's over. But it's you can make it mighty difficult for yourself. So it's already difficult when you're starting off from scratch. You don't have to make it any more difficult for yourself. So, but it'll be a difficult game today. Because it's Glasgow Rangers and everybody's up to play Glasgow Rangers. That's obvious. So, as I say, as we keep on saying, just get the win. Don't care how it comes, get the win.
We just need to in points. We need to stick close or above the puddle drinkers, and then just beat them every time we play them, and that's it. We lost the league with 7 points last season, 4 points the season before. 4 points is one game against them. We know what game that was, the rearranged one. Instead of being an empty stadium, it was played in a full stadium. They had a full team. If that hadn't happened, we could have had that league. So that's how close things will be. It could be.
You have to win the big games. You have to win them, and that's how it's important. We win the next 2 league games because we could be above them. Maybe in goal difference might not be depending on how the games go today, because they could maybe score more goals than us today. You don't know, but however, we'll be equal in points. But she'll be okay considering what happened at the start of the season. But can't get too far ahead of herself, Andy. It's all about the day, and hopefully this team clicks. Yes.
For me, definitely. I mean, as I say, we put by what's behind us now, right? And if I just want to see us go and really start imposing ourselves and showing some real improvement going forward, and it would be good, as I say. Look, it's going to be a hard game. We know what the score is. But they'll rustle and do everything that they do. That's the way they play against us. Always has been. We usually do well up there, apart from the slip up the free each game. We usually do pretty well, and I think the last one was the tight one with the Scouts guy getting the winner, wasn't it? The 1-0. The last time I was up there, if I can remember rightly. But look, that team's good enough. I was a bit fearful that what he was going to do, lots of changes like the Morton game there. He hasn't, and he knows the importance now, and he actually talked there that he does know the importance of getting these points. So hopefully them players take it on board what he said to him. If they do that, we'll be okay. But again, a tough game against them. If we come out of a tough game with them with the 3 points, that'll stand us in good stead as well, because we're going to get all kind of games that these new guys are going to have to encounter in this league of ours, So good for me. Let them come. As long as we get the 3 points, that'll do me.
Yep. It's all about winning.
Well, I wouldn't normally give the other team 2 goals, but I think they're going to come. They're going to have a go. They're really going to have a go. They don't care about reputations. Their manager, he did his big job at the SFA, so the referees don't intimidate him. He doesn't care about the big teams getting the decisions. And I think that if we can drop a goal at him to Morton, we can drop 2, but still win, away to them. That's why I would never give the other team 2 goals in Scotland, I just think it's going to be one of their games. That's my honest opinion, 3-2 to us.
Opinion. So I hope you're right, and I hope we can batter in 5 or 6, but it doesn't always work like that. Listen, can I thank you?
I hope I'm right, always, because I'm saying we'll win. So
can I thank you, William? Can I thank you, Andy, for taking the time to phone in the show? Albert, cheers for
pleasure.
doing the show. Cheers for doing the show, Albert. We'll be back. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, and I'm sure we'll have more to talk about. Hopefully all positive, because we know the Rangers are going to go in. Speak to you 15 minutes after the final whistle. Take it away, Foxy boy.
Who's that team they call